a very quick 2-in-1 question. And please, without sentiments, with all your IQ, your certifications in place, let us dialogue in the comment section with these 2 illustrations. The biblical God in the Bible was said to have made a notion that after creating men, he became so disappointed because the hearts of men became desperately wicked. But we have failed to ask a question because of what we have been fed with. That you cannot ask, you just believe whatever you are told, like zombie. Who created those hearts? Because in the same Bible, it says, before I formed thee in thy mother's womb, I have inscribed your names on the palms of my hands. Meaning that the biblical God, before you ever became a being, he knew thee. So, who created the heart? The biblical God. Then it means that, are we going to be wrong by saying that or by concluding that the biblical God created rubbish? He intentionally created wickedness. Are we going to be wrong by saying that? Number 2, which is even more important, assuming that these stupid stories were to be true, because some of you have been looking at me as if maybe since last year that I've been making my questions to come up online. Maybe the biblical God will strike me dead so that you can begin to go up and down and say, hey, that guy that always say biblical God is dead now. If I die today, it is not because of the truth I am saying. It is because the time that God has allotted me on planet Earth, it's done. I'm telling you the truth. Now, second one, assuming that these stories were to be true. Bible, especially the New Testament, surrounds the story of Jesus Christ, a figure that we cannot even confirm the existence, apart from the stupid stories that we were told. But we are assuming that it is right. And the life of this man, of this wonderful figure, or wonderful figurative personnel, was supposed to be about love and humanity. And more evidently, he says in his word that you love your neighbor as yourself. If this were to be so, where do these pastors, GOs, most especially from MFM, where do you get all these fall down and die prayers? Why should we go to a church gathering to hear about Jesus, but our prayers are always about God in the midst of so many people? Make me to stand out. Láàrin ọ̀pọ̀ ènìyàn fọwọ́ kàn mí bàbá. Láàrin ọ̀pọ̀ ènìyàn fọwọ́ kàn mí bàbá. The other ones that we are saying, out of whom we are saying God should touch us, what do we expect to happen to them? Worse still, the prayers of let my enemy die, let my enemy perish. Who are those enemies? And they have mentally destroyed us so much that if your neighbor, you get to your shop in the morning, you don't even know, after all those stupid prayers, you don't even know that your neighbor has started having eye problems, and most times she's always like this or is always like this. Then you know, go back to church. You say, hey, shout hallelujah, hallelujah. My testimony is that after the prayer we did shout last week, I got to shop this morning and my neighbor's eyes have started paining her. Where is the love and humanity that the life of Jesus Christ surrounded. I am begging you, if you're not going to be sentimental, pull out yourself from the destruction of these mentally derailed GOs, pastors, bishops, whatever they call themselves, and begin to see God in your neighbors. If you're going to be aligning with Jesus, let the Jesus you are holding on to be about love and humanity. Enough of this hypocrisy. Look at the prayers of Taiwo Ojo, Sam Ojo, Odekunle Epaphras, all these small boys that are dropouts. All these dropouts that should be going to learn mechanic and carpentry jobs and plumbing jobs. They now pick up the Bible, they say God has called them. Kì í ṣe àwọn nìkan lólórí burúkú náà, ẹ̀yin tẹ́ wà lábẹ́ wọn náà bẹ́ẹ̀ ṣe pọ̀ tó yẹn lólórí burúkú ṣe pọ̀ tó ní Nàìjíríà. Olè dẹ̀ ní gbogbo yín náà. You are always looking to reap where you have not sown. That is the reason why this good for nothing men can be parading themselves as pastors. Even to Agbala Daniel, who is a GS2 dropout. Ráyé yín lóde. A graduate, master's degree holder, PhD holder in abroad, or Agbala Gabriel, we still come there. Ó máa wá gbà yín. Orí gbogbo yín ò pé. Egbò dẹ̀ ni yín, àmọ́ ọ̀rọ̀ àtàsí yín ni. Títí tẹ́ fi bọ́, lè fi yín sílẹ̀ nú gbèkùn yẹn o. God forbid. Bẹ́ẹ̀ lẹ́ẹ̀fẹ́ bọ́ lẹ́rọ̀, ẹ bọ́ lélẹ̀. Question méjì tí mo jùlẹ̀ ẹ dáhùn ẹ̀. Níbo ni àwọn àdúrà apami nkún sórí bẹ́ẹ̀nbẹ́ sọ́kọ yẹn, ibo ló ti ń wá láàrin yín? If the life of Jesus that they preach to you is about love, you look at the enmity tó wà láàrin Baba Adébóyè àti TB Joshua. Does it mean that you are thinking that Baba Adébóyè is better than TB Joshua? Nǹkan tó fa ọ̀tá láàrin wọn ṣáàmọ́ lẹ́ni. Débi wípé wọ́n hate máa yẹn láàyè ẹ̀, nínú òkú ẹ̀ gan wọ́n tún hate ẹ̀. Àwọn yẹn ló dẹ̀ ń preach Jésù fún yín, orí gbogbo yín ti gbálẹ̀. That Oyedepo will say that nobody will come to him to beg for food from him in the name of Allah, and he would answer, not knowing that Allah is just a cultural name of the same God that he is calling in Nigeria. Mentally derailed, good for nothing entities parading themselves as men of God. Ẹ̀yin èèyàn rádaràda ẹ dáhùn question méjì yẹn kí n rí comment yín ní comment section. Nonsense.